The Irving Public Library celebrates the joy of reading this October with the annual Big Read event, and they really got into the spirit with a community service project that's straight out of the pages of The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. Here's a look. This white picket fence is looking good with a nice coat of primer on it, but before this group of volunteers showed up, it was a different story.
Oh my goodness. It was all wiped off and ugly, just wood.
Peggy Lambert had hired a contractor to repaint her fence. After scraping the old paint off, that contractor disappeared, leaving her with an even bigger problem. But these City of Irving employees had a solution.
Today we're out helping one of our neighbors by painting her fence.
It's a perfect day. We got great weather, and it's a lovely yard. We're in the shade, so we're having a good time.
Jan Bodner and Chris Dobson were both happy to help, and as librarians, they couldn't pass up the opportunity to tie a good deed to a good book.
For our 6th annual Big Read, we've chosen the book The Adventures of Tom Sawyer. And of course there's that wonderful story of Tom where he cons all his little friends into painting the fence for him.
Tom's Aunt Polly tells him he has to paint her fence. And Tom, of course, being a normal young man, is not really enthused about painting the fence, but he gets out there and starts painting. Not, a little bit. Some of his friends come by and ask him what he's doing.
Tom's first adventure, getting his friends to paint the fence, was the inspiration for this special project.
Well, we wanted to do something to mend or do some community building, so we decided to do mending fences, building communities. That's our theme. And code enforcement found this fence for us that was totally stripped
and desperately in need of some tender, loving care. A lot of that care came from the corporate community.
Even Home Depot was delighted. They got Glidden to donate the paint, and Home Depot donated brushes and rollers and said, gee, if I'd even gave them more time, they probably would have had some volunteers here today.
So in the spirit of community service and great literature, this group of librarians and a husband or two showed up ready to work.
They primed it, they scraped it, they're going to paint it. It is just wonderful. I am so excited that we have a volunteer service like this in the city. I was not aware of it, but I sure am now.
And as Tom Sawyer proved, if something looks like a good time, well, it probably is. This really looked like so much fun that I had to grab a brush and go at it myself, and it really is. Believe it or not.
She has this lovely home with this fabulous white fence. And she was gracious enough to let some amateurs paint it for her.
I'm wondering if they aren't really professionals and they're just hiding that, because they're all doing a wonderful job.
If you're wondering how Tom Sawyer's story turned out, you should read the book. It's really good.
Well, and the moral of that story, which is one that I'm trying to implement in the library, is that if you are obliged to do it, it's work, but if you're not, it's fun.
And Peggy Lambert says for her, the deal was a good one.
Now I feel like I can become a part too. This is great. Yes, win-win, absolutely. I drive up down the street here and pull into my driveway and say, look at that gorgeous white fence.
This is Kathy Whiteman reporting. The Big Read continues through October 31st. To see a full listing of events, visit cityofirving.org and follow the links to library and the Big Read.